Hello, Peder. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. My name is Giovanna. Today I'll be your interviewer for today's session to understand the international buyer's perspective on Bolivia products, with a specific focus on the concept conscious food. Before we start, it would be great if you could start by telling us a bit about yourself, like what do you do, where do you live, how did you find the Bolivian market? Please feel free to tell us about your story.
Thank you very much, Giovanna. As you said, my name is Peder Schjødt. I am 68 years old. I have been coming and going to Bolivia 2-3 times every year for the past 18 years or something like that. In the beginning, I worked with development of software, of IT solutions in Bolivia. I had a very small software development company together with a friend in Cochabamba, which has now ended 4 or 5 years ago. We didn't manage to get big, but had a good time there. Then at some time I thought I would investigate all the advantages of Bolivia better. And that meant the food. As far as I know, Bolivia has 4,000 raw materials that can be consumed by the human body. And that's amongst the highest number of food products in the world. So that was a good beginning. Second, there are 4 or 5 companies in Bolivia that can produce that chocolate in an extremely high quality. Among the best in the world, actually. 2 of these obtains medals from international competitions. So the quality is extraordinarily high.
Well, that was interesting. It is right. And have you developed any specific concept or campaign to strengthen the image of Bolivian products in your market?
Yes and no. Food by Nature, my company, and many Danish Scandinavian importers are small companies. So we cannot invest in large campaigns. We must do it in another way. And for the products, coffee and wild chocolate from Bolivia, I get different varieties. Products develop, I get new types of chocolates, new producers of chocolates. The chocolate is being produced inside Bolivia. And when I use the new productions, the new profiles of products as something new in the market. And in cooperation with Coop Denmark, we then introduced that to some, I think there's 30,000 registered conscious, something new in the market. And in cooperation with Coop Denmark, we then introduced that to some, I think there's 30,000 registered conscious, aware customers at Coop Denmark. They'll get an email. They can find the introduction to the products on a specific Coop platform. And that's the first introduction. At the same time, it'll tell us if there is an interest, a consumer interest in the products. That's the most important thing. Will people actually buy that? And it's good to know before we import it. So we begin there and then go to the internet shops.
I see. Well, what about strategies? What strategies does your company use to promote Bolivian products in your country?
Well, the strategy is to start out with where we can find the conscious consumers, the core platform for that type of products. And that starts the product, that proves that the product can sell When we have proved that the products can sell, we put it on our own internet platform, and as shops can see the product can sell, then the shops slowly get interested in the products. Shops in general are not interested in, to say it very clear, more food products. They have plenty of food products. They are interested in products that can sell. And we have to prove that before we can go to the shops.
Okay.
And that's perhaps many people think it the other way around. Now we must get into the shops and see if it can sell. But why should the shops take products in that they don't know if they can sell? All the shelves in the shops are already filled with products. Why should they kick out selling products and take in new products that they don't know if they can sell? So for new products, and Bolivian products are often new in the shops in Scandinavia, we have to prove that the products can sell before we can enter the shops. And that's the challenging strategy that we have to go through with new products.
I see. How long has this test it took? I bet it wasn't easy.
With the first products, I started out 6 years ago, actually, to find out why are there no Bolivian food products at the shelves in Scandinavia, or almost no products. Quinoa was there, but that's all of it, quinoa. So why not? And it actually took some years to find out, come to the conclusion that that is because as long as it is bulk products, as long as the products do not have unique selling propositions valued by the consumers, then it doesn't pay even to try. So turn it around, begin looking for the products with unique selling propositions. So yes, it started 5-6 years ago, at least, before developing the strategy only focus on products with unique selling propositions, meaning from Bolivia, conscious products with a high gastronomic level, and then begin going into the market with exactly the consumers interested in conscious food products. And that's where Coop Denmark helps us.
Wow. Well, so now what is your perspective regarding the future of Bolivian exporters, do you think?
I think they, first of all, they should, of course, continue with what is selling, and that is quinoa, that is Brussels nuts when we talk consumer products. If they look for new openings in the market, then the keywords are products with unique selling propositions, seen from the consumer point of view. Seeing come from the consumer point of view means that what I think, what the exporter production in Bolivia think and want to promote really doesn't matter. What matters is what will the consumer buy, and really nothing else. And that's challenging when it's new products, but I'm sure that Bolivia has more products where unique selling propositions can be developed.
Do you think the products will grow there?
They will grow. The chocolate will grow, definitely. We just started. It's in Denmark now, not big enough yet because it's new, and it has just been introduced into Sweden. Bolivian coffee will grow in Denmark because now we have introduced it. Until now, when we started on Bolivian coffee in Denmark, only 4,000 kilos were imported per year. This year was the first year for us importing Bolivian coffee, and we started out with 16,000 kilos first year. Would like to continue with the double, but Bolivian producers now raised the price with around 50%, so we need some clearness there before we can continue.
I see.
But yes, I believe that will increase both for coffee and for chocolate and cocoa. All new products take time, but if we do it well, they can double every year.
For sure.
And I'm sure there'll be more than just chocolate and just good coffee with unique selling propositions in Bolivia. We just haven't found them yet.
Yeah, I agree. I think we have a lot of different products that we can sell there by the time.
Yeah.
Okay. So what areas do you believe should be strengthened to fully meet the demand in your country?
What I work with and what takes time is documentation of the products. When we work with conscious products, want to use the consciousness in the sales and marketing work, we have to be able to document everything. If we say social awareness, then we will have to prove the social awareness about the chocolate. How has that influenced it? That is just an example. If we say the same goes if we mention the word sustainability or improving, supporting biodiversity or climate friendly, we have to document everything when we use that kind of words. So documentation is something that I spent quite some time with. I know that Swiss Contact works with that, and it will increase in connection with the European Union legislation called EUDR. Something else it could be good if we could improve together is collaboration. The more we know each other. You see, Bolivia is here, Bolivian producers are here, and on the other side of the ocean is the consumers, the market. And the more that the exporters know about the consumers, the easier it is to sell. And the more the market know about the products and the producers, the easier it is to sell. So we must integrate the two markets. We must connect the two markets. When you produce bulk products like quinoa, like Brazil nuts, you do not need to know anything about the consumers. You just produce a product with specific technical specifications. So the mindset for products with unique selling propositions, that is quite different. That is about knowing each other.
You were mentioning the documentation. I don't know if it's a problem, but I believe it's not easy to get. What other problems, let's say problems, do you think we are facing as a country? How we can improve? What else? Maybe logistics or maybe any other thing?
I think that you have just begun on improving something. The currency, the value of the US dollar has been very unstable.
Yes.
Bolivianos versus US dollars. And instability means unpredictability, and that's not good for trade. That would mean that we don't know which price the products will actually have 1 month ahead, 2 months ahead. So it's very important that the currency gets stable. Otherwise, we don't really know what the price will be. And if we don't really know what the price will be 2 months ahead because of currency going like this, then we cannot sell anything to our customers because we cannot tell them what the price will be. So that's one good thing. The other thing that we improve and must improve together is about knowing each other. just give an example. We have to. An advantage can be if we can promise that with our chocolate, there's no child labor involved.
Mm.
I believe that because I know the country very well, how to convince the consumers and how to convince the authorities in Denmark, because it's not enough that I tell it, it's not enough that I write it. How can I actually document that for this particular chocolate, there has been no child labor involved? And that's a process to develop both the image, the knowledge, and to develop a documentation for that.
Traceability, I think it's also one important
Yes,
thing.
and that both the chocolate, the cocoa,
Mhm.
and the coffee is covered by EUDR.
Mhm.
And there, the Bolivian suppliers will now find out how much they must work with traceability. It's a difficult area. During the next 6 months, they will find out.
It is true. Well, I would like to ask one more thing. I would like your perspective. What do you think about long-term relationships with the producers?
It's the only solution for bulk products,
Mm.
like, like brass nuts. Well, it's important because they are unique. They are often depending very much on the producers.
Mhm.
And in the market in Scandinavia, we have to build a knowledge among the consumers. We have to begin building a brand. And that's only possible if we know on long term who's the producer, what is the quality, what is the background, what is the price. And again, that's another way of thinking. Some coffee producers may think that they can stay in the bulk sale. And yes, if it is a matter of bulk sale, it's price competition. They will try to get this price. They got this price last year. Now they want this price. And that's not good if we build a long time relationship, because that must be based on fairness and on stability, not on price competition, because then they will sell to another importer if they can get a better price, and the bulk importer will go and buy in another place if he can get a better price there.
I see. And I think it's true. Well, I think also that this is like teamwork that we have to do. Bolivia and the markets that we would like to enter. And it is very
Exactly.
important. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, before we finish, do you have any final words for our audience that will be watching this?
I think it's collaboration, development of unique selling propositions, products that can be developed in the mindset of the final customer, the consumers. The more direct we can match the consumer's wishes, the more we will all earn on it, and perhaps in the end can develop some perspectives, other perspectives for Bolivia than just price competition.
Great. Well, Peder, your perspective on the Bolivian offers and strategies gave us much more clearer picture of the market dynamics. So this was incredibly insightful. Thank you again for your time, and I hope we can speak in the future. So
I hope so too. I will let you know when I'm in Bolivia next time.
yes, please. We are in La Paz, so whenever you have time, you can visit us. So you're very
Sure.
welcome here.
Thank you
Peder.
for you too, Joanna. Bye-bye.